Hey, what's up? My name's Samuel Leeds. I am with Alistair and Russell, and we're going to be talking today about HMOs. This is going to be a short, sharp video about HMOs. This is not going to be anything like the Property Investors Podcast, which, by the way, is awful.
Awful. You're welcome.
Well, it's long, and you just chit-chat and talk about how your week has been. No one cares about that on my channel. You guys just want content, right? If you do, comment below. Oh, here comes the story.
It's not a story, I'm just saying maybe, but I mean, our podcast, to be fair, did get a lot more views than your podcast, so much so that you had to close your podcast down.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Probably. Is that what happened, Pav? I think Pav's going to back me up every time.
It's more of more of a podcast feel. So yeah, we chit-chat about what we've done and property.
Okay. Well, here you are in the studio with me. HMOs. I was in Burnley the other day, and who's the HMO manager from Burnley? The lady? What? Janice was saying that she's got 200 rooms, 196 of them are full. Yeah. And it's crazy because 8 months ago, people were saying to me, HMOs are going to be a thing of the past. No one's going to be able to afford HMOs.
People were saying that, but you weren't saying that.
I wasn't saying that. You saw what I was saying. What was I saying? What was I saying a year ago, or even 6 months ago?
6 months ago, you predicted HMOs will boom.
I did. And you guys agreed.
We did.
We sort of did.
What is so funny, you guys?
We sort of predicted it 8 months ago, didn't we?
We predicted it 6.5 months ago, I think, if I remember rightly.
Here's what happens, guys. I make property predictions. In fact, their whole podcast was created to discuss this YouTube channel. That was the purpose of their little podcast. But now I make predictions, and then they try and take credit for the predictions. But we can all win together. But here's the thing.
I think we all agreed.
We all agreed. We did. We did. We all agreed after you'd been educated by my YouTube videos. We all agreed. But here's the thing. Right now, is it a good time to get into HMOs? How do you get into HMOs? What about the eviction bans? All that stuff. I want to give practical step-by-step advice in terms of HMOs. So, Alistair, what are you thinking? What's happening?
Do you know something? With the COVID-19, it has been a boom for HMOs. I'll tell you why. Because people cannot afford necessarily to have individual homes. So what they're doing is they're moving into HMOs, they're taking on the rooms, but it has to be en suite. What we're finding with certainly our investors and what I'm doing is that the rooms are filling up more quicker if they're en suite.
But that didn't used to be the case, did it? No. I mean, I wrote a book back in 2016. I actually had a chapter headed "En suites are poo," meaning they're a rubbish investment. And whilst I think that's still true in some areas, in some markets, generally speaking, you are correct. People are wanting en-suite rooms. Yeah. The standard of living is going up because people are getting richer because they're joining our Discovery Days.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. The thing is, you know, it's also the speed of how quickly they rent out. If it's en-suite, it's more appealable. It rents out much quicker.
More appealable? I didn't know that was a word. But
I've just made it up. I've kind of just made that word up. But, you know, you heard it here first.
The essence is true, though. So en-suites, rent to HMO. Yeah. Risk area, where do you find them?
Yeah, well, the problem
That's
with
your bag. You've done so many of these
The
deals.
problem with rent to HMO, if you're going to go for the en-suite area, is what are you going to do? You're going to put en-suites into a rental property. You're not going to do that, are you?
No, you're not. So they have to be there. They have to already be there.
Most new houses, so like my house, your house. I mean, how many bathrooms does your house have?
Oh, dude, 4 or 5.
I think it's more.
Maybe more. I don't know. I've not been in them.
But I think it's 6. But my point is, you've got 6 bathrooms, 6 bedrooms.
Yeah.
So like,
come on, man. Not all houses are that size. Not all houses are like what we're stood in at the minute.
No, but Russell's point is, people want a bathroom. They don't want to share it.
Yeah. But most new builds, though, if you are from what I've seen anyway.
No, they are. They're building now bathroom per bedroom. If it's a 4-bed house, it's going to have 4 toilets in it. And I had a conversation with Kevin McLeod from Grand Designs about this, and he was saying how he thinks it's stupid. They shouldn't. What about the old days when they queued for a bathroom? And I was like, but Kevin, that sucked. Who wants to queue for a bathroom?
What about the old days where they had a bathroom at the bottom of the garden?
What about the old days when they didn't have mobile phones and when they went on horseback carriages? Let's just go back to that.
But they did used to have the bathroom at the bottom of the garden, didn't they?
Yeah.
Then they brought the bathroom to the house. Then it was downstairs.
So here's my advice in terms of rent to HMOs. I would suggest if you want us to rent to HMO, go on Spare Room, find people that are managing it themselves, hopefully find ones that are a little bit shabby where some of the rooms are empty, contact them and say, hey, how many rooms you got available?
This is exactly what happened. About 2 weeks ago on a Discovery Day, we had a client there, exact same thing, looking for rent-to-rent HMO. So we showed them how to jump onto the registers and find these HMOs.
Yeah.
And I know they're out looking at leads, and they're out actually looking at these deals. So they're everywhere, because everywhere there's HMOs, there's tired landlords. And if you can offer them a solution to get them out of it and you in, great.
And this is what Russell does, because Russell's so crafty. Because what Russell does...
Sneaky, we call it sneaky.
Yeah, sneaky, manipulative. No, Russell's a great businessman, but what Russell does is when he's speaking to people, he'll get the calculator out there and then. So he'll be having a conversation with a landlord, and if he's trying to negotiate, you've managed hundreds of HMO rooms, you know, doing a lot of different contracts, rent-to-rents and management. But what Russell will do is he'll say to the landlord, how many rooms are empty? They'll be, oh, 3 rooms are empty. There's 5 rooms, so you've got 2 rooms full at the moment. Yeah. So how much income are you making right now? £800. But minus your bills and stuff, let's work it out. Let's get a calculator. What are you left with right now? Yeah. And then it's like they'll be left with like 300 quid a month. Well, how about I'll give you 300 quid a month guarantee? They'll be like, hang on a minute, but there's 3 rooms empty. Exactly, they're empty. Yeah. So you've got peace of mind. I'll give you £300 a month. Yeah. But you know what? Let's call it 400. I'll pay you that guaranteed for 3 years. Have a 3-month break clause. Get the calculator, work it out, sign, get the deal done, and then you're then, of course, going to manage it properly or get someone to manage it properly. What's all this I heard about you through the grapevine with your new big HMO, that you're going to be managing it yourself?
Right, okay. It's a test. It's an experiment. That's it.
Aren't you past the stage of testing whether you should manage it yourself?
No. Do you know what it is?
No, I'm interested in hearing.
Do you know what it is? Okay. I've got multiple HMOs, and
is it more appealable to do it yourself?
Every single month I get a statement, and I'm like, what's that for? What's that for? What's that for? What's that for? And it just takes it off the bottom line.
You know what I would do then in that case? Manage it all yourself, get rid of all your staff, just do everything yourself. In fact, why get passive income when you can have active income?
So what I mean, this one I'm due to complete it in the next 3 months.
Do you know what you can really do though?
Do you know what's in Bedford? Did I tell you?
Well, yeah, I know it's in Bedford. Do you know how like the tenants are causing problems?
Yeah.
Right. Why don't you live in it yourself?
Why don't you evict all of the tenants, have no problems?
You could live in it yourself. You could manage it yourself. You could do everything yourself.
So, Alistair, basically what you're saying is your HMO management companies aren't operating that well.
No, they are. They're doing a good job. But I just want it for 3 months. That's all I'm going to do it for. 3 months. I'm going to put the tenants in myself. I'm going to manage myself and see how much it's going to do.
We do this, to be fair.
That's all
we sometimes, if it's for 3 months, we sometimes say we're going to do our staff's job, usually for 3 days, but fair enough. We're going to do our staff's job for a few days, and then what we do is we find out how we could, to be fair, because we're kind of awesome, probably do it better than most of our staff. So.
No offence, pal.
No offence, pal. To be fair, it depends on the job. Videography, no. Yeah. Right, but you know what though? We'll sometimes say, right, let's jump on the customer. I'll sometimes jump on the customer service calls, especially if on the feedback forms, people have said, oh, no one responded to my email, or the person on the phone was sloppy. I'm like, let me and Russell and some of the directors come and do the job for 3 days, and then we'll outperform our staff, and then we'll go, what were we doing different? And we'll train them based on, because you can't be delegating jobs if you don't do it yourself. That's why I believe you should manage properties yourself to begin with, then get management companies. What you're saying is you want to go back to managing yourself just to figure out how to do it better, to then train them better.
It's just because I want to maximise the income from it, and I want to stop all these additional costs that are just popping up left, right and centre. Like, miscellaneous costs, and I always have. They're just miscellaneous. They're just miscellaneous, and I have to ring them up and go, "What the fuck's a miscellaneous cost?"
Would you mind just asking an example?
Well, it could be things like they've got to.
No, it could be. What were they?
I can't remember because I couldn't even be bothered ringing them up.
Well, can't you just tell? You can't be bothered to ring them up to ask them, but you can be bothered to manage it yourself.
Yes, for 3 months. Because
I've got a miscellaneous cost.
I would personally
I'm
just.
going to do it for 3 months. That's it.
Ask for a breakdown. That's it. Give me a breakdown. Anyway, okay, so HMOs, good time booming. Why are HMOs booming, Alistair, right now? Despite what everybody said 6 months ago, I was right, you guys were right as well. Why? Why are they booming?
Couple of reasons. One, okay, money. It basically comes down to money, okay? A lot of people are having their cash flow restricted, so they're looking to relocate and they're looking to find more affordable living. HMOs provide that solution. One price every single month. All your bills included, nice, easy location, good condition generally, and it's easy, it's flexible. They don't have to be there for 5 years. They can be there for 6 months.
Do you think that might be why? Do you think it might be because they're going more mass market, why en suites are more important? Because the majority of people.
You know what Alistair's saying, which is so important? Alistair's saying that HMOs are a really good product.
Yeah.
They're a good product. People want them. People are queuing up for them. You can say, put in any area of a spare room, there'll be rooms wanted all the time. But what Russell's saying is there's more supply, so the key is, do HMOs, you're going to fill them, but make sure your supply is good.
It's your product, isn't it? As you said, it's your product. So you wouldn't have a company that has a shit product. You'd have a company that has an amazing product. It's like, that's what you want. You want the best possible product you can
Your
offer.
house is your product. And if you say, I'm allergic to tenants, you're a dummy, because your tenants are your customer, and you better love your customer, because they're the one that gives you the money to become financially independent. You're financially independent, you're financially independent, I'm financially independent. Get around people that are financially independent, because if you don't, you're not either. If you've got 5 bum friends, guess what you're going to be? You're going to be the 6th bum. So my advice would be get around people. Environment is stronger than willpower. We talk about that on the Discovery Days. What is it? What Russell mentioned just in a couple of words. This is the sales pitch now. I'm just kind of kidding. Or am I? What's your Discovery Day?
So Discovery Day is where a small group of people come down to our office, meet Samuel, myself, Alistair, whoever's around, and Samuel will work with you to put together a step-by-step plan of how you're going to become successful in properties.
This is literally just like 5 or 10 people max, especially because of COVID, round a table, we chat, we talk, we brainstorm, we talk about all our further training as well, we talk about the academy. Any money that you pay for the Discovery Day, you can use that as a voucher to go on any other training, so it's almost like it's kind of free.
It is free for anyone that becomes a student.
Yeah, so if you're interested in the Discovery Days, if you want to come and meet me, you want to meet Russell, maybe even Alistair, you sometimes show your face. Yeah, he gets involved in the training. This guy's a good trainer. Very good trainer. Come on down. I'll leave a link in the description for the Discovery Day. Alistair, final words. Why should they book on the Discovery Day right now?
Let me tell you why. Because, do you know what? I was at one of these Discovery Days 2 weeks ago. That was from a couple that flew over. They just moved over from Australia. And the first thing they'd done in property was come to the Discovery Day. And they're actually making proper property moves right now. Because of what they're learning from the Discovery Day, training that we're giving them. And do you know what? You can't miss it, because look, I know there's an investment, right? But then you're going to have all these people educating you and training
How much is it to
you.
get to the Discovery Day?
I don't know, 500 quid or something like that.
£500. And as you said, like,
mind-blowing stuff, I'm telling
mind-blowing
you.
stuff, but also fast results. Yeah. You can get fast results. I'm not talking get rich quick, but I'm talking get results quick and get wealthy and rich over a period of time. So book on the Discovery Day below. If you like this video, please do us a massive favor and smash the like button. Also subscribe. If you want to see more of Russell and Alistair running their podcast, you can listen to them on iTunes, you can listen to them on Spotify, or if you want to watch them on YouTube as well, you can check out the podcast right here. Boom! Just above Russell's face. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you should definitely do that. You can do that right here, just above Alistair's face, and I'm going to keep my face plain. All right, I'll see you guys real soon. Peace out.